This is just another polka, it's just another polka. But oh, what a girl in my arms, am I in heaven since we met? Is it my old accordion playing Romeo and Juliet? No, it's just another polka, like any other polka. But somehow the music has charms. This is just another polka, but holy smoka, oh, what a girl in my arms. This is just another polka, it's just another polka. But oh, what a girl in my arms, am I in heaven since we met? Is it my old accordion playing Romeo and Juliet? No, it's just another polka, like any other polka. But somehow the music has charms. This is just another polka, but holy smoka, oh, what a girl in my arms. I said, oh, what a girl in my arms. Oh, what a girl in my arms. Hey!
Play on polka and let the band join in the chorus. Let's be gay while we make music drown your cares away. Hey, where's that beer and where's that polka? The one you promised to play for us. Sing and play, come what may. Let us dance till break of day. While we make music drown your cares away. Hey, where's that beer and where's that polka? The one you promised to play for us. Sing and play, come what may. Let us dance till break of day.
Happy Polka Sunday morning, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Polka Show of Northwest Ohio with your host, David Jackson. That's me. Pleased as pierogi to be bringing you the finest in polkas, waltzes, and obereks, and the occasional mystery tune thrown in as well, just to keep things interesting. Boy, howdy, that was one interesting set of polka music right there to start off this big broadcast. Bruno Krieger right there doing the clarinetta polka. And we heard a fabulous polka called Anybody's Polka. Some good, interesting lyrics on that one. And we started off with some absolutely brand spanking new music from Carl Finch of the fabulous Brave Combo doing Just Another Polka. I think he might have played every single instrument on that and done the vocals and the production and you name it. That man, boy howdy, good stuff. Remember, you can always send us an email at sundaypolka@gmail.com, sundaypolka@gmail.com, and we'll do our level best to actually respond to them. Let's talk a little bit now about the Polish word of the day from Transparent Language. Here it is lodówka, lodówka. And here it is in a sentence, jestem głodny, a moja lodówka jest pusta. Kind of a sad sentence, if you will. In your lodówka, you may keep some kielbasa. There we go, a hint for the word. And here is Toledo's own fabulous Touch of Brass Orchestra doing a wonderful song called Polska Kielbasa.
Hey, Polska Kielbasa, łop, siu, la la la. Hey, Polska Kielbasa, łop, siu, la la la. Wszyscy on tak lubią, wszyscy on tak lubią, bo jest taka smaczna. Wszyscy on tak lubią.
lubią, wszyscy ją tak lubią, bo jest taka smaczna. Hej, polska kiełbasa, łopciu, la 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 la. Hej, polska kiełbasa, łopciu, la 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 la. I trochę kapusta, i trochę kapusta, dobra kolacja. I trochę kapusta, i trochę kapusta, dobra kolacja. Kiełbasa, łopciu, la 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 la. Jest polska kiełbasa, łopciu, la 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 la. I trochę mostrynku, i trochę mostrynku, jam, jam, go, babka. I trochę mostrynku, i trochę mostrynku, jam, jam, go, babka.
siano, pod sianem woda, gdzie się podziała moja uroda, gdzie się podziała moja uroda. Oj, siano, siano, będzie się siekło, moje kochanie, korzenic piekło, moje kochanie, korzenic piekło.
Ale ładnie muzykanci.
Oj, od Krakowa jadę, dalekie od przestrony, bo mi nie chcieli dać osady na Paryży ulubionej, bo mi nie chcieli dać
posady na Marysi ulubionej. Oj, szerokim gościenkiem pojedzie wóz za wózem. Jak mi cię nie dadzą, posady na ojcze pijem się nosem. Jak mi cię nie dadzą, posady na ojcze pijem się nosem. Nosem się przebiję, oj u tobie się wyślę, żebyś ty wiedziała, posady na ojcu o tobie myślę. Żebyś ty wiedziała, posady na ojcu o tobie myślę. Oj, jakbyś mnie kochała, ja bym ciebie całował. Mój buziok czerwony jak malina, oj ty by mi smakował. Mój buziok czerwony jak malina, oj ty by mi smakował.
That was one fabulous collection of polka music, I believe, right there. And it actually had some thought behind it, as sometimes the Sunday morning polka show of Northwest Ohio with your host David Jackson, me, sometimes does. That was Hossa Dena by Eddie Bozończyk and Chet Kovalkovsky, doing the fine Po Staro Kresku version of the song. Before that, we heard Toledo's own Choice Orchestra, doing Shano, the Haystack Polka. And then we heard Touch of Brass starting off the set, doing Hey, Polska Kielbasa, which was inspired by the Polish word of the day, which we will talk more about later. But now we wish to bring you news from Radio Poland. Here's the headline: Unexploded World War II bomb found in Warsaw. Hundreds of people are being evacuated after an unexploded World War II bomb has been found at a Warsaw metro construction site. I guess that's what happens when you start digging down into the ground. According to Warsaw police, the 2-meter-long bomb weighs around 250 kilograms. Over 1,500 residents from 8 nearby buildings in the Polish capital's Brudno district were scheduled to be evacuated on Sunday morning. Bomb disposal experts have secured the ordnance on Saturday evening and are to transport it out of the city on Sunday. That would be today. And there's the news from Radio Poland. And now, back into the music, we will hear Jimmy Miashala from his Polkas with a Blast recording. Get it? Here's their version of Raindrops.
kochasz czy nie? Powiedzcie mi, moja miła, czy mnie kochasz czy nie? Czy mnie kochasz, czy nie kochasz, czy mnie kochać sercem? Choćby mój koń kark se złamał, powrócę do ciebie. Choćby mój koń kark se złamał, powrócę do ciebie. Na przystrogę, na upamiętanie, żeby się ty nie kochała w kawalerskim stanie, żeby się ty nie kochała w kawalerskim stanie. On kawaler bez sumienia Boga się nie boi, on się ściska i całuje i na zradzie stoi. On się ściska i całuje i na zradzie stoi.
Ted and Dorothy's Obedic. That's the name of that song as performed by the fabulous Polka Family Orchestra. Before that, we heard one of the great, fabulous recordings of a group called the Merry Maniacs, one doing Szalona, the crazy polka with some fabulous clarinet work on there. And we started off that set with Raindrops from Jimmy Miashala and the Polka Explosion, I believe was the name of the band. I could be wrong. You can correct me. Send me an email at sundaypolka@gmail.com. sundaypolka@gmail.com. As they say, keep those cards and letters coming. One thing I'd like for you, well, no, let's do two things now. I'm going to tell you about the Polish word of the day, which comes to us from Transparent Language, lodówka, lodówka. Here's the sentence, jestem głodny, a moja lodówka jest pusta. We'll talk more about that later. We also want to tell you about the Polish American Journal. Polish American Journal is a fabulous one-stop source for all news concerning the Polish American community. Poland, it's got a gift store, a bookshop. Polamjournal.com is the website to go to. You should subscribe to the newspaper. It's very inexpensive. I will just say this about that. If we don't subscribe to things like the Polish American Journal, they won't exist, and then the Polish American community will be the poorer for it. But hey, it's not like you're just doing some charity work by subscribing to the Polish American Journal at www.polamjournal.com. You get a fabulous monthly print newspaper full of information concerning Polish American issues, Polish issues, and there's even every month a whole section on polka. So do yourself a favor and subscribe to the Polish American Journal. Hey, we just heard the sentence for the Polish word of the day, jestem głodny, which means I'm hungry. That doesn't tell you what the Polish word of the day is yet, but it did inspire us to play another song from the Polka Family from their recording called Hungry for More. Here's one they called Don't Run Away.
Saying that somebody broke your heart and that you'll never make it through. You're telling me that your whole world's falling apart. Well, here's one thing that I must say to you. Don't run away with tomorrow. Don't you know it may never come? Just live your life for today. Someday you will turn your life around and that you'll try to make a move. You're telling me you've got your feet back on the ground. Well, here's one thing that I must say to you. Don't run away with tomorrow. Don't you know it may never come? Just live your life for today. You're gonna see the sun. Don't run away with tomorrow.
furman, ja bo już znacie czas. Wyjeżdżaj furman, ja bo już znacie czas. Bo tam nie przyjedziesz, bo tam nie przyjedziesz pierwszy raz. Bo tam nie przyjedziesz, bo tam nie przyjedziesz pierwszy raz. Panowie spójni, se Boga się bój się. Panowie spójni, se Boga się bój się. Weźcie buzi konia, weźcie buzi konia, życie dajcie. Weźcie buzi konia, weźcie buzi konia, życie dajcie. Zaginął furmanek, nikt nie wróci. Zaginął furmanek, nikt nie wróci. A wie na Marysia, a wie na Marysia bardzo se smuci. A wie na Marysia, a wie na Marysia bardzo se smuci.
A nasza kompania tam w okopach stoi, tam w okopach stoi, tam w okopach stoi. Pij się do cara, że się go nie boi, że się go nie boi. Upaj świat,
Upaj, siupaj, upaj, siupaj, upaj, siupaj dana. Upaj, siupaj dana, upaj, siupaj dana. Wczoraj spałem na podłodze, dziś na wiątrze siana. Do samego rana, upaj, siup.
czarnym atramentem, czarnym atramentem, czarnym atramentem, że się go nie boi całym regimentem, upaj siup.
Upaj, siupaj, upaj, siupaj, upaj, siupaj dana. Upaj, siupaj dana, upaj, siupaj dana. Wczoraj spałem na podłoże, gdzieś na wiątrze siana. Do samego rana, upaj, siup.
Na złotym papierze, że się go nie boi, kamfrali żołnierze, upaj siup.
Upaj, siupaj, upaj, siupaj, upaj, siupaj dana. Upaj, siupaj dana, upaj, siupaj dana. Wczoraj spałem na podłoże, dziś na wiątrze siana. Do samego rana, upaj, siup.
Jedzie Majka na bajslu, jedzie tu i tam. Jasiu widział i zawołał, holo Maryś, jak tam? Majka młoda usłyszyła, zadzwoniła dzwon. Majka młoda taka piękna i włosy ma blond. Jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie. Ale Majka sobie tak ładnie jedzie. Sobą Jasieńku trzeba dłużej spędzić czas, ale ja nie mogę, bo mamusia woła spać. Ale jutro pod południem znów się spotkamy, będziemy oboje razem bajslekiem jak wać. Jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie, 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 jedzie Majka, jedzie. Jedzie Majka, jedzie.
Wowee, that was some great polka music right there. I would argue that was Mary on a Bike from the G-Notes Orchestra. Before that, we heard Hoop-By, Shoop-By, Hoop-By, Shoop-By. We heard Down the Road from the News. We were, of course, inspired to play the News because A, they're very good musicians and good music, and B, because we were telling you how important it is to subscribe to the Polish American Journal. Then we also heard the Polka Family from their Hungry for More recording, doing one called Don't Run Away. This is the Sunday Morning Polka Show of Northwest Ohio with your host, David Jackson. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. The new plan for the Sunday Morning Polka Show, just so people know, is we go live on the Mixcloud from 9 until 10. Then I spend some time with technology to convert the big broadcast into a re-listenable entity and place it up on the Mixcloud usually by about 11 o'clock. And then I place messages about it on as much social media as possible so people know that we exist. And we average about 400 listens a week, so we are hardly the world's most popular polka radio broadcast, but we're hardly the least as well. I paid a little bit of money, small amount, for the Mixcloud to get a better version of it so we can have a higher quality show. And one of the things that allows us to do is to tell where our listeners come from. And did you know there are 100 listens for the Sunday Morning Polka Show from the country of Iceland? So all of you Icelanders listening to the Sunday Morning Polka Show, thank you very much. I will just say dziękuję in Polish because I do not know how to say thank you in Icelandic. Of course, the overwhelming majority of our listeners come from the United States and Canada, but I just think it's cool that we've had 100 people in Iceland listen to us. All right, let's do that old Polish word of the day one more time. Lodówka. Jestem głodny. Moja lodówka jest pusta. That's the sentence, and that's the Polish word of the day. And I suppose a little bit inspired by the Polish word of the day, here's a song called I Like Your Pierogi by the Polish Connection.
Wierz mnie Aniu, niech cię nie cudzę. Cieńsze ze mną, gorsze kęcuce. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. Nie biedę piece popija, ani wędrowa. Tylko ciebie, moja Aniu, będę całował. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. Dla ciebie także nowa, lepiej niż serię. Wieś mnie Aniu, będziesz jak ciebie. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. Aniu nie mu odpowiada, nie wydam się, nie. O mamusia i tatusiek nie potrzebuję. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me. Jak chcę ciebie, Aniu, and your pierogi. Oh, Aniu, you are for me.
I'd like to tell a story I think you all should know about a Polish hero, a hero of the revolution. He was brave and daring and fought among the best. But you don't know the man, and neither do a lot of others. Well, that's just because his name is hard to say. Your town has a street or two named for famous men, Grant or maybe Jackson, and every town has Washington. Well, I know of a general as loyal as the rest, but his name's hard to say, so you will hardly ever see a history made him a victim of his Polish name. He's Thaddeus Kosciuszko, great American hero, someone we should all know as well as we know old MacArthur. Thaddeus Kosciuszko, his name was kind of long, so he never shared the glory that he so well deserved. Kosciuszko was his name. He got no recognition because his name was hard to say, but I live in Bay City and we all know him there. We have a street we named in honor of our friend Kosciuszko. What do we call it? 22nd Street. He's Thaddeus Kosciuszko, a great American hero, someone we should all know as well as we know old MacArthur. Thaddeus Kosciuszko, his name was kind of long, so he never shared the glory that he so well deserved. Here's Thaddeus Kosciuszko, great American hero, someone we should all know as well as we know old MacArthur. Thaddeus Kosciuszko, his name was kind of long, so he never shared the glory that he so well deserved.
For as long as I remember, you were always there for us. We could always go to Busha's for a kiss, just for a hug. remember when you watched over us when Mom and Dad were away. We'd love to go to Busha's. We always had things our way. So dance with me, dear Busha. Hold me in your arms. You'll be in our hearts forever. So I'll sing you the grandmother's waltz. You never were too busy to help with the things children do. But now that I've grown older, I'm always too busy for you. Your eyes still have that sparkle. Your hands still have the touch. How could we ever thank you for always giving so much? So dance with me, dear Busha. Hold me in your arms. You'll be in our hearts forever. So I'll sing you the grandmother's waltz. Oh, dear Busha.
The Grandmother's Waltz from the Steve Javitsky Band from up in mid-Michigan, Bay City area way. Before that, we also heard from Steve Javitsky, a light-hearted tune about Thaddeus Kościuszko. And we started off that set with the Polish Connection doing I Like Your Pierogi. Let's revisit for one last time the fabulous Polish word of the day. It is lodówka, and it is a noun, and it means fridge. Jestem głodny, a moja lodówka jest pusta means I'm hungry, and my fridge is empty. So now, for those of you who aren't complete Polish speakers, all of those songs that got played around the time that we mentioned the Polish word of the day probably make a little more sense now. Aren't we clever? Well, we try. Anyway, so this is the Sunday Morning Polka Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are going to go out in a slightly different way today. Found out over there on the YouTube a wonderful medley from Scrubby and the Dynatones live. I believe it was in like 1989 at the Houghton Lake Polka Festival. And we're going to play the whole darn thing, or as much of it as the 1 hour will let us fit in. That being said, without further ado, if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we will be back next week. Until then, do zobaczenia.
Mostem na moście stoją rude czerwone. Pod mostem na moście stoją rude. Ona sama musi dać, ale nie dała przemać. Nie tam cicho była znać. Ona sama musi dać, ale nie dała przemać. Nie tam cicho była znać. chcesz dać. Nie przygniewaj się małego rozum, boż nie małego przywódcy nie będzie. Jak chcesz dać. Nie przygniewaj się małego rozum, boż nie małego przywódcy nie będzie.
Nie dała buziaka, bo mówiła, że mnie bawi. Nie dała buziaka, nie dała mi nie. Nie będę, ja nie będę jeszcze więcej dziewczynie. Obiecała buzi, teraz dać nie chcę. Nie będę, ja nie będę jeszcze więcej dziewczynie. Obiecała buzi, teraz dać nie chcę.
Będę pamiętaki, udawkę swoje, bo już się nie boję. Jeden strzela diabła, jeden się mnie zwodził, o które myślę, o tyle się złodziło. Pójdę do Heleny, od dobrze gotuje, ziemniaki, kapustę, wszystko tak smakuje. Pójdę do Heleny, bo jest taka ładna, kuleczki czerwone, a ty rozgrana. Będę pamiętał, udawkę mi swoje, bo już się nie boję, że diabła. Jeden się mnie zwodził, o które myślę, to ty będę głośny.